Shinzo Abe, the former prime minister of Japan, was assassinated last week by a man who had to make his own gun because gun laws in Japan are so strict. But of course, American gun fetishists are pointing to this horrific news, as they do on those rare occasions that mass shootings happen in other countries, and saying it proves their moronic point that gun control measures don't work. Pretending that a measure must work 100% of the time in order to be considered effective is intellectually dishonest at best. According to that view, we may as well not bother trying to treat cancer or wear seatbelts, which is probably the direction the right is heading in anyway, because freedom or something. The reason the news about Abe is so shocking, besides, of course, how destabilizing it is when a current or former head of a state is assassinated, is because gun violence in Japan is almost unheard of. In 2021, for example, there were almost 21,000 gun deaths in America. In that same year, Japan had 1. If that doesn't horrify you enough, let's put it in another way. 1 gun death in Japan for the entire year of 2021 is a smaller number than the number of gun deaths in America that occurs every 30 minutes. Guns are now the leading cause of death for American children. Maybe, just maybe, that's because there are approximately 393 million privately owned guns in this country, which is 120 guns per every 100 people. So, more guns than people. After every mass shooting, there's this enormous spike in gun sales, which makes me wonder, do guns have a short shelf life? Do they expire like milk or something? I know there are people who own dozens and in some cases of hundreds of guns, but does that make them safer? I mean, can't you only use one gun at a time? Anyway, there's a significant minority of you who claim we need more semi-automatic weapons, more high-capacity magazines, more dead children, because that's exactly what the founders intended. First of all, I could not care less anymore what the slaveholding or slaveholder-enabling founders thought about anything. Second, I am so bloody sick of you people. It's the guns. It's always been the guns. And now, it's you too.